All right, Star Wars Unlimited fans, we do in fact have bonus match, and we got bonus commentators. So George the Hulk liked his interviews so much, he's going to actually join us to call a match and a half here. So this is going to be a Han Yellow mirror, and those that are late night fans, know how we're going to start a Han Yellow mirror. So we're going to play the thing. 1 second. All right, so we are back here, and we have moved into a game 3 of 2 Han Yellows. George, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. So I'm going to update the overlay here. Tell us what you know about running a Han Yellow mirror. What are the pressure points?
Fair bit. So I took Han Yellow to my PQ win in set 3. I played Han Yellow during the TV3 event. Had a good run there. Yeah, so a lot of the things you're going to be looking out for is who's establishing the early 3-5, how are they using their hotshot blasters, because you're looking to get your 5-attack unit either with a jetpack or a hotshot blaster, some variation of which, in order to not only kill your opponent's unit, but also kill their next unit, right? That's the dream.
Yep.
And then we're going to see how the Han flip turn goes, whether they're on like Gammo guards. One of the new kind of ripples in this is Ahsoka. Oftentimes Han is going into the flip turn with not a lot of cards in hand, and if they do have cards in hand, not uncommon to be able to get it. So that's a little bit of play these decks have. So we'll see if they take the play style of throwing down early bounce effects like Cantina Bouncer. That's one thing Phil was doing a lot on camera. He loved his turn 3 Cantina Bouncers. So we'll see how the discard and development works here.
All right. So, and this is a Han Yellow mirror between 2 players named Edwards Lee and Cody Kuhn. However, they're both running the same leader in the same base, and the deck lists do not tell me whether somebody has a showcase or not. So I think Coronet City is the correct base for Han Yellow thematically, because it's Corella, right?
Level 1313.
Is that what that is?
Is the correct base?
There we go. So
that's what the Cabal says. I'm just passing it on. I don't know what dark magic they run, but yeah.
All right. So as soon as I figure out which one of these players is which, we'll put the names, but we'll just kind of hide them for now.
Yeah, so Han didn't get a whole lot of new toys. A lot of it's just meta changes. Whether you're running Bamboozle's main, whether you're running, I think Ahsoka's pretty much solidified herself. What you're doing with the Gammo guards, if they're sideboard, main board, those are some decision points. But okay, right. So a double L3 opener. Okay, no one brave enough to go for the 3-5. Or didn't have a 3-5. No, I see. So the Han without the showcase had DJ. So that's another. A lot of these games they will turn into DJ Fest. You'll see 2-3 DJs resolved. Once you get, if you make it through the flip turn unscathed, get ready for that.
Yeah, and I mean the Han Yellow having DJ is a huge thing. We do see a Hotshot Blaster coming in on L3. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be 4 damage to participant Han's base. I did ask.
Yeah, so unlike a Django, Mono Han does not have ping damage. That doesn't exist in his colors. Right. So, yep, having to use his damage to go into the L3.
But we do see a Bodhi Rook, and he's going to get a Bamboozle or a Surprise Strike or a Waylay.
So, yeah, so get rid of that Spark so that way he can set up a... Because Spark is a classic tool of, like, stopping your opponent from doing their Han flip turn, right?
Right.
Just getting rid of that key piece of, the exhaust, that surprise strike, whatever it might be. Gives you a lot of flexibility on the turn. But now Buddy Rook says, go ahead. You can't stop it. Because like the card advantage doesn't matter, right? Because that turn Han used 0 cards. You just smuggle the Hotshot Blaster. So they're actually on the same amount of cards, even with the discard.
Yeah, these are real similar deck lists. I can only see one card that's in one deck, but not the other. So if that card comes, I'll know which player is which. But other than that, we'll see if somebody from the TO staff can tell us.
Is it the EMP onto the for the liberated slaves?
That is actually kind of a cool thing. Yeah, they have the droid tag, don't they?
They do.
As does L3.
So,
as does L3. Yeah, no, I'm real high on EMP right now.
Oh.
And I tell you, I also like some jam with my Quinlan. I mean, that one cost discard an event from their hand is not a bad thing. Also looks at their hand. I know you like cards that shuffle the deck. I like any card that looks at their hand.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with that.
All right, we're gonna have.
All right, so we have a smuggler out here. Second turn in a row, he's gone for the smuggle line. So he's setting up his in-game sequences, getting lots of cards in hand. He has his bamboozle, so he's gonna be able to play that for free, undoubtedly.
Right.
And it's all talking about the beginning of the match, taking after Phil, playing the turn 3 Cantina Bouncer, ramp the Cantina Bouncer for tempo.
Yep, and it's absolutely a man of your heart then. Leaning into the smuggle. I mean,
absolutely.
Smuggle's a great mechanic. We need some more smuggle cards. I mean, so if anybody from Fantasy Flight is looking, let's have more of that.
Such a fun use of design space of this game, for sure.
Right.
All right, so yep, he's got initiative, so we're off to the races.
So we are here in bonus coverage, a Game 3 decisive from Table 13 of 2 Han Yellows going against each other with one of the top decks here. We have a Spark of Rebellion.
And it's Cody that has the showcase.
Cody has the showcase. Thank you, buddy.
Okay. He was not scared about the bamboozle. He's now information he has to play with. So, got rid of the Spark of Rebellion with his Spark.
Spark Inception. One could say that happens. That happens in Quinlan matches. A fair amount too.
Yeah, because it's funny. Because you look at the game, it's like, oh, they both ended up with their Sparks going to the graveyard, discard. It's just that the player who played the Spark had to pay 2 resources. But
right.
Yeah, huge signal that the Han is trying to protect something, and
a Cura call.
Ooh, this is a fun moment. So, do you? Yeah, he called Cura. Okay, yeah, because you could call something like a Hotshot Blaster from Resource or a Jetpack from Resource,
or DJ. Don't forget you can call DJ
or DJ.
All right.
Yep. So naming the Hotshot Blaster there, exactly what I was talking about. Yep. Because you already knew he wasn't going to get. You already knew he wasn't going to get Han that turn.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was anyway. We're talking small things you can do.
Yep. And good stuff here. So both of these players are doing very, very well. I think they're both 6-1 right now, or 5-1.
Very nice.
And Han is a deck that takes a lot of brain RAM to pilot for long periods of time. So I respect anybody that can do
that. Absolutely, I feel that for sure.
Yeah.
Also traveling because a lot of people are coming in from out of state. Getting in there the day before.
You don't get to eat much,
so
those matches can go real long.
No. Depends on the matchup. Yeah, Han is a very flexible deck. Whether you can just play tempo or go for value because it is one of the best. With all the resource manipulation and smuggle options, you can play a really, really good grindy value game if you want, or you just play cunning a couple times and knock them dead.
Yeah, absolutely. So, And I just finished my George the Hulk name take. I think this is the first time we called a match together, George. So yeah, thanks for trying your hand at commentary here. So
Yeah. I usually pop in for fun whenever someone needs a break. It's usually how that goes down.
absolutely, and you
Happy to.
you're a multiple master. You're one of the multiple master class people, I believe. It's not very many of those.
Yeah, Avenger Vader and Boba Blue, which I still hear about how Boba Blue every day, fairly frequently. People absolutely love that deck.
Boba Blue. I mean, you can still do it in Twin Suns if you want, and you do know there's a Vader Blue that's undefeated right now. I think at this event.
Bearing the torch, I love it.
Bearing the torch.
That's X
I
and
haven't
one,
seen them.
actually.
X and 1, okay.
6-1. Well, that's still a pretty good day, for Vader Blue. And we'll see if he can.
Yeah, I think Blue Villain control. I think once you have the early game kind of figured out with Vader, I've been puzzling about it, and it's a little bit tricky. But the Blue Villain toolkit is really well situated to deal with Django, but it's the whole early game.
I think he got.
It's actually 501. Sorry,
501.
I got it wrong.
So they had a draw.
So
Ooh,
no losses,
Bamboozle.
but a tie.
Bamboozle hits Han, so he's not going to be able to ramp with the Han. And Bamboozle's having a moment right now.
And a huge tell here. He discarded a card instead of paying the resources. So he wants to use his 6 resources. I think he only has 1 card in hand, so I don't think it's going to be a ramp into 7.
Yep. So we might be seeing our friend DJ pretty soon. Big Falcon from the row. Big Falcon smuggles for 6, I believe. Doesn't get ambushed from smuggle, but still is a big, beefy unit in space. And there's not a lot of space units in either deck. All of them are called Millennium Falcon. I think both have a mix of the 2 Falcons. All right, so we got Zori Bliss coming down, which is 5 from smuggle or 6 from smuggle.
Oh, he just smuggled his hotshot blaster in. So
right. All right, so we have 2 damage on. Let me see the other player's name. I'll update that overlay. Tell us what you see as we go. Lee Edwards is the top player.
I think we know he has the Han unit, right? So that's happening.
Right.
That is happening. So this is the fun mini game in this matchup, where if you're the first one to blink, if you're the first one to play the Han unit, your opponent now has, if they have Han unit, your Han unit. Now you have to find your second Han unit, So it's a little dance.
Yeah. So will there be an answer? Not this turn.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he had the backup Han unit for his opponents, but it's gone now. So
always have a backup Han.
Always have a bit. Yep. Yeah, we have the no, we don't. Not anymore. Never mind.
All right.
There is the Vanquish at Home where you waylay into Spark of Rebellion. That's a fun one, but
absolutely. All right, so we go in. Lee, piloting Han Yellow on the top, is considering options. I see he has the late night initiative token, so I think that's what they're using. If people don't know, if you find a late night member at an event, ask for one of those tokens. If you're in a discard, they're free. Both players at the last Destiny Worlds had late night tokens on the stream.
Yeah.
We've been at this for a while. We got OP Han killing non-OP Han.
Mm-hmm.
And
a third Han Solo, the reluctant hero.
It's just Han.
My goodness.
I'm a hair trigger from playing that Only Han's intro again with Han killing, because wasn't the first unit killed also the Han leader? So Han killed Han, and then Han killed Han, and then Han killed Han. So
yes,
let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
That kind of is kind of inevitable in these matchups. So we'll see. We'll see if he has to respond with a bounce. Nope, surprise strike. Okay, there it is. So he is out of, I like to call it the black hole, where you just, every unit gets swallowed up by Han Solo. But I think he got through it.
All right, so Vika Fike on one of our chats. A true story about the tokens. He knows he is there. What's up, my Saskatchewan friend? A big falcon is doing work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's not really good answers for it.
Right.
In this, is like other than just slamming your own, ambushing your own falcon in. So.
Right. And Kira.
And it just got blocked. Yep.
Oh, what a timely Kira right there.
Very nice.
Very, very nice. Oh, this is a Cody playing Han Yellow. This could be the Cody from Minnesota. I actually don't know that. If anybody knows Cody Kuhn, where he's from, but there's a Cody that won 2 PQs in Han Yellow, Minnesota, including the one we covered, before. So, don't know the last name right now.
Yep.
All right, we got
even health was like 12 to 13 damage on base. So we got 8 damage presenting and 7 damage presenting. So lots of game left for sure.
Yeah, but we got 250 people watching live some Star Wars Unlimited from the Denver Sector Qualifier. Thanks all for joining us. We are in a decisive Game 3 in Round 7. This is bonus coverage, and this is Loopy from Late Night Gaming, joined by George the Hulk, the one and only from Bothan Network.
Hello.
Bringing this to you. This is our MacGyver stream. We had everything that could go wrong as far as doing it, but we will not give up. We will not pack it in. We will continue to play. Ahsoka hits one of the fugitive slaves, I think is the name of that card, the 3/5 vanilla trait soup.
Liberated slaves. Yeah.
Yeah, liberated slaves. That's what it is. And is able to exhaust Kira. Save some damage.
Exhaust off, saving the Bodhi. Risking it for the biscuit, but he got away with it because losing that Bodhi would have been real obnoxious. But it looks like our showcase Han is prioritizing damage to base, so.
Yep.
Where's Plo? Yeah, Plo Koon's not attacking. Yeah, that's just a sign he wants to go phase.
Yep, absolutely.
And punished.
All right, so Zori Bliss would have taken 3 back from Plo Koon, but saves immense amount of damage because Plo with a gun, hits for 8 with can coordinate out, as any equipment player would know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You haven't lived till you'd ready Plo
Right.
Koon with a gun with Lux out.
Oh, scary.
All right, so tech comes down for Cody Kuhn.
Yeah, it is a good time to be a Lux Bonteri gamer, that's for sure. All the TDRs and sneak attacks flying around.
Not to mention Admiral Priet, one of the top leaders from the new set, does nothing but give discounts. Yeah. It also works for pilots, though. People out there playing Lux. I mean, if the printed cost of a pilot is more than what the pilot cost is, you get to use your Lux.
Yeah.
Also works for Vader. If they play Vader, Vader plays a card for free, so that is less than the printed cost.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if your Lux Bonteri is live on turn 6, whew, a hero of the Separatists.
He is a hero of the Separatists, and what I like about it, he demands an answer. Like, they're going to remove him because of 3/2, but it stops them from doing whatever they're going to do anyway. So, All right, we're going to the next round. We have 17 damage on Lee's base on the top, and 13 damage, I think, on the bottom base. Cody Kuhn showcase on. And first we
Very
have...
nice. Super heads up here. The Kira is representing a value trade if he wants to take it, but surprise strike makes that a lot less enticing. So again, remember Han can't ping, so we're just going face.
If you want to ping, play Django. For now.
Exactly.
All right, 20 damage on Lee's base, starting to feel the heat, but has got a significant ground arena. Can he protect it? Can he protect it?
Yeah.
Zori's going to come in.
Presenting 9 damage. And card draw.
Yeah, it is kind of a cool effect that Zori has. And that's a smuggler too, right?
Goya Smuggle, yes. All right, now
I think we're starting to go into time because there are draws being reported in Melee.
Well,
They might have an extension, but
they would have had an extension for moving
can't have
for
much
sure.
time left.
So I'm sure they would give them an extension, considering they agreed to move on the feature table. And thanks to Cody and Lee, for doing that. I mean, we like having matches to go through. I mean, this is a lot of work to put these on and get everything across state lines. We're trying to do all 3 of the 2 sectors in the regional for late night gaming, and there it is. There's the concede. So,
the 5-cost Millennium Falcon was huge there, swinging in for probably 20 damage by itself, I think.
Yeah, I mean that was the card of the game, was a big Falcon Landos Pride, and I believe it came in from Smuggle too, didn't it? It came in from the Smuggle row.
Mm-hmm.
Basic gems.
Yeah.
Ando Commando says those giant metal tokens are hilarious. Yes, they are, and thank God for them, because all our dials and dice got waylaid, and instead we have these metal fab tokens. So B-Flow, that's one of the sponsors of K2D, hooked us up, and then our hero Jordan does that. So the Han Yellow match winds up. So wrapping that up, other than the Falcon, anything that you saw there for people trying to improve their Han Yellow play, George?
Navigating the flip turn is super tricky. You saw lots of sparks. I think the spark on the flip turn is a classic. That way you 100% know, though, they don't have the answer, or they don't have something powerful to do with their flip turn. You saw the Han Solo reluctant hero dynamics of discarding them, Han Solo killing another Han Solo, and how important it is to sandbag those pieces. You saw our non-showcase Han kind of focus on card advantage in the beginning. That way he could set up those
Bamboozles.
explosive turns in the mid game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, bamboozle. He could set up, the ability to hold more Han Solos into hand and keep them in hand. So yeah, you saw a lot of great play there. The 5/5 Millennium Falcon just he had enough space to keep threatening the board, and he had to get answered, and then the Millennium Falcon just ran away. There was a turn there. Did he discard? No, it was Kira. Kira calling the Millennium Falcon.
Yep.
And then I think Kira from the non-showcase player, I think the Kira on the Han unit.
Yep.
I think at that stage of the game, you can pretty much assume they have a hot shot blaster. So that was a little bit of a miss, but.
Yeah, and absolutely. And I think that the Kira was used well. I mean, that really was a nice back and forth with the Han units back and forth, and 2 great decks, and everybody is focused on Django. What deck actually won the Beatle 6K?
It was Han Solo, the audacious smuggler himself.
Yep. So